Hello, Flosstube. I'm back finally. Oh my goodness. So I was just going to start off by showing you my May calendar crate display. I basically finished it on sticky board, and then I rolled some of the fabrics into like just some rolls and tied with some ribbon. I made a little quilt block that I hung with the wreath that matches the quilts in the cross stitch, the main, and then hung some spools on the ribbon as well. So that's kind of what I did for the May calendar crates. That's a design by stitching with the Housewives. I just wanted to show you that first because I'm going to flip it around and you'll get to see me and you'll get to hear about everything else I've been doing. Fun times, fun. All right, so let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Laura Brinkman. I'm in Columbia, Missouri. I am a cross-stitcher, a quilter, and a crafter of all kinds. I actually just made some little thank you cards today, which was kind of fun for a few friends to go with some little gifties that I'll give them this weekend. That'd be fun. Oh my goodness, I feel like it's been, I think it's been 6 weeks since I did my last Flosstube. I apologize for the delay. May just flew by. I took this last week off and did some home projects. I feel like my eyes are still a little swollen. I know I look tired and droopy from all of that. So so I painted the basement last week, which our basement is finished and it's basically the same size as the entire upstairs. So I painted about 80% of that this last week. There are 2 rooms that had been painted before. It was a bedroom and a bathroom that had been painted before. So those didn't get painted, but everything else did, and it was a huge undertaking. So that was Sunday prep, Monday half of that, and Wednesday the other half, because Tuesday my husband and I went to St. Louis and he has a new to him Jeep Grand Cherokee now. His old vehicle was just kind of showing some wear, so it was time for a new one. You know how that goes. Fun times, right? Definitely not the right time to be buying a vehicle. You cannot negotiate prices or anything, but he's happy and it's really nice, and I'm very happy for him that he has it. Okay, so Wednesday I painted the other half of the week of the basement. Then Thursday, let's see. Oh, I had this one wall. I do not know what happened. My best guess is that it was kind of humid on Wednesday and it was raining, like pouring a couple times. And about the time I painted this one wall, it started pouring down rain outside. And I had the windows open because I was hot and paint fumes and all of that good stuff, right? So I went on about my business, started painting another wall, went and looked back at that, and I'm like, what is happening? It looked like a waterfall of paint coming down that wall. I don't know what happened. And if it would have been like a bathroom or something, then I could have blamed hairspray, but it's not. It's just like a little alcove where, you know, there's a TV and a chair. So there's not like there's anything that should have been on that wall. It was the strangest thing. So Thursday I spent sanding that wall and repairing it and spackling, and it was a nightmare. But we got that all done Thursday and ran some errands Thursday, and then Friday painted that wall again, and a wall in my kitchen that we have an old trash can that was stainless steel, and I loved it when I bought it until I realized every time it would touch the wall, it left like a black mark on the wall. And that's kind of annoying when you have the paint color I use in my kitchen, and actually the whole basement too, is called Adobe Sand. And Adobe Sand is just kind of like a really light to medium shade of tan. So all those marks all over the wall were just horrendous. So I painted the wall upstairs in the kitchen again for the 3rd time, I think, since I painted it this color to begin with. And then Friday, I got a new trash can. Woohoo! Monday, I also got a new refrigerator because after we went to Home Depot and bought all kinds of things that we've been putting off for a while, we're like, okay, we're at a point now, we're going to do all of this and get some stuff done and go with it. Then the refrigerator went out. So new refrigerator delivered last Monday too. So fun times at the Brinkman house, I tell you what. Friday was all about errands and Saturday, I stained a portion of the deck, and it's really pretty. I used a Olympic stain and sealer in ONE. I really like it. My husband's very happy with it, so I call that a win-win. But that means all last week I did not have time. I didn't even touch my sewing machine or my cross stitch. I sewed a little bit on Tuesday evening because I didn't do much like around the house Tuesday. It was just a trip to St. Louis and back, so that wasn't too much. I was tired, but not terrible. So I sewed a little bit Tuesday night on some blocks, some quilt blocks I'm making for the Flea Market Baskets quilt. That's a quilt along with Fat Quarter Shop. It's a Lori Holt design, so you can look that up if you want. I'll put a link down below. But I didn't cross stitch like Monday through Friday. I cross stitched a little bit Saturday. And this last month, I don't know what happened. I don't feel like I got much done. And that was one of the reasons I hadn't done a Flosstube, is because I don't feel like I've done much. I did go through and make a list of what I did complete. You know, I was doing MAYnia and I had big dreams, grand aspirations of what I was going to get done. I didn't get anywhere close to what I wanted to get done, but that's okay. Today is May 31st, 2022. My June calendar crate, the Design by Stitching with the Housewives, is not finished. It's about, the main one is probably about 75% done, and I'll show that in a minute. The small one isn't even started. I'm hoping that I'll have that done maybe by the end of this weekend. That's my goal at this point. I'm just so tired. I'm trying to listen to my body and be nice. Oh, that was the other thing, talking about listening to my body. What wiped me out for a week before the week I took off to do all the house projects was I had 2 kidney stones. So that was fun. I spent about 3 days just dying in pain. I obviously had pain medication from the doctor and drinking lots of fluids and just trying to keep the pain under control. I did avoid going to the ER this time, which is a good thing. The doctor's office is definitely less costly than the ER trip. But you know, it was not a good experience. So I got through that. That wiped me out for several days for stitching and everything. And then I just didn't have it in me to do anything for a few days after that. It took me a while to recover from that this time. I mean, I had some like lasting pain after the fact. In fact, I had given myself a deadline and was like, okay, if this is not better by this date, I need to go to the doctor, or I need to go get an ultrasound or something done, because it was not good. But all healed now, all better now. Trying to learn my lesson and drinking a lot more water than I was, and I know that that was part of the problem. The type of kidney stones that I have basically just come from my body just secretes more calcium than average, I guess. So it builds up into kidney stones, and if I slack off and don't drink as much water as I should, then I have issues. So yeah, that's the catch up. So you are caught up. Starting tonight, after I get this done, I plan on stitching on the June calendar crate, and then going from there. Yeah, I've made my plans for June. I'm being a little less demanding on myself, I guess, for June, just because I know that I'll have flowers and things to take care of outside too, in the yard, and I have projects around the house that still need to be done that didn't get done last week. The list just grew too long between my husband and I of what we wanted to get done. So just trying to be nice to myself in June, and trying to get caught up on a few things. So with that being said, like I said at the beginning, the fully finished is the May calendar crate, and that is in my office. I'm very happy about that. I do have a few other finishes, and we'll just start with the complete finishes first. So my MAYnia was the seed packets by Stitching with the Housewives. And that's what I did. And last time I talked about how I had hand dyed some fabrics and I wasn't pleased with the indigo. And thank you so much for those that left comments and gave me some tips on dyeing that Aida cloth. I did try to I did re-dye it, and I'm very happy with it now. But the first one I did was daisy seeds, and it's, hang on a second, it's got a little string on it. For some reason I can't get it off. Okay. The first one I did was daisy seeds. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah. So there's daisy seeds, and that is one of the newer releases from Stitching with the Housewives with the seed packets. And then tribute to my dad. My dad passed away 7 years ago this week, actually. And he always had strawberries in the garden when I was growing up, because he knew I loved strawberries so much. And it was something that I would go out and pick the strawberries with him. And then when my stepdaughter was little, she would go out and pick strawberries with Grandpa Clyde as well. So the strawberry seeds are definitely a tribute to my dad. And then I did the fancy lavender seeds, and this is on the indigo, and it looks so much better now. I love the color, and I love the modeling that I got in it. You can't really tell on such a small piece, but there is just definitely some modeling in that dyeing, and I love this. I love it on the indigo. I love how it turned out. I did use all the called for DMC on all three of the ones I've shown, and I did that on this one too. I did this on the Evening Blue, and this one's also a tribute to my dad, the sweet corn, because Dad always had sweet corn in his garden when I was a kid. Well, and growing up too, all the way through my, I guess, my young adult life. He always had sweet corn in the garden. So those are the 4 seed packets I got done. I wanted to get done 8, but I got done 4, and I'm very happy with that, considering everything else that happened that kind of prevented me from doing more. Okay, a couple other finishes. A couple other works in progress that I have that I did go ahead and work on. I did the HeartFelt stitch along, and that's a free stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. They're doing it for Make-A-Wish, and they are encouraging those of us who are doing it to make a donation through them to Make-A-Wish, and they're releasing a free pattern on the first Friday of every month. So the next one will be coming out end of this week. So here's what I have on the HeartFelt stitch along, and I switched out all these colors. If you've watched my Flosstube before, you know I'm doing this on Evening Rose, I believe is the color. It's by Wichelt. And then the flosses are all Anchor, and I switched out all of the floss colors because of the pink Aida cloth. I wanted to go with purple and teal because that's going to match in my office really well. So that's my HeartFelt progress. And this is my stitching bag for that. I know some people are like, oh, show your stitching bags. So I got Mizzou for my HeartFelt. And I don't really, I don't really like matchy my bags or anything with my projects, except for my prairie schoolers. Okay, and then I also finished the FGH part of the Little House Needleworks. Is that right? Yeah, Little House Needleworks ABC samplers. This is the next up. I'm doing IJK in June, and I'm stitching this on linen. This is the one I started on my birthday. I am using all Anchor flosses. If you're interested in the color conversions, I can give those to you. This is an older pattern though, so I don't know. I got it in like a kind of an estate sale. So there's my FGH. Let's see if I can just show that. And then here's the 3 together. So there's 9 of these total, and I have 3 of them done. So that's my progress on my linen stitch. And I am using a hoop for my linen, and I'm just using a wooden hoop. I don't know how often I'll do linen stitches. I do like it. And I did order some some even weave linen, and I ordered another, I can't remember what it's called. If I remember, I'll tell you later, but I ordered a couple different linens to play with that I might be doing later on. So that's really all I got done. I have made progress on the flea market basket, the flea market baskets. That gingham is killing me. Oh my gosh. But I have made progress on it. And this is a hand-dyed aida, 14 count aida. So it's going to be pretty big when it's done. It's all wrinkly too. Sorry about that. But you can see on the outside how I'm working on the gingham. And I kind of made myself, I'm working ahead because the outer gingham, I believe, is August. It's a stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop as well. I believe it's the August portion, that outer gingham. There's a lot of it. Oh my gosh, there's so much. And I mean, it's going to be gorgeous when it's done, and I'm so glad I'm doing it. And it's a good one to have to just, it's like, now that it's all outlined and I have my blocks, like, you know, I have my spots all worked out, it's a good one for kind of like mindless stitching because there's 3 colors and it's the same pattern over and over and over and over. I love Lori Holt. I love everything she does, but this gingham is about ready to kill me. Okay, so, and then the only other thing, I didn't make any progress on Prim last month. So that's, yeah, those are the things I worked on. So the other thing that I have going is, and this is my, oh, you didn't see that. I buy the PDFs and I print them out. This is my strawberry bag. And for stitching with the Housewives, and I'm working on the June calendar crate. I have a lot of it done. I think I have the red and the gold to do at the bottom still. Let me get, sorry about that. Moment, please. Oh, let's see, my backs are not gorgeous, so don't, you know, but that's okay. You mount it on sticky board and no one can see the back and then you don't care. Okay, so that's how much I have done. So there's 4, 5, 6 strawberries to do and some gold little flowers to do and here and here. I finished the green last night. So yeah, red and gold is what I have left to do on the main one, but then I have the smaller one to do still. I really don't think I'm going to get it done tonight, but I'll make some progress. And I've been taking a picture, I've been trying to take a picture at like the beginning of my stitching each evening, and then I can compare, and it kind of helps me go, oh, I am getting somewhere. I should do that with that gingham. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, so let's see. I have my little cheat sheet here of what I've been doing. We talked about the May calendar crate, the HeartFelt, the linen, the seed packets, the gingham progress, the June calendar crate progress. Yeah. So the other thing I did this last month was I did a trunk show for the Quilt Guild that I belong to. I had, I think, 35 quilts that I took, and a lot of them were from my grandma. I took all of my applique quilts that I've done with the So Simple Shapes, the Lori Holt quilts. I got really good feedback, and people were great and very friendly and very helpful, and it was amazing. And after I got past the initial jitters and all of that, it was fine after that. So that was a good time. Okay, so my plans for June, we'll go over that next. Boop-a-doo. I do have plans. Oh, the Colorado Stitcher, there's a thread shop, a needlework shop in Colorado. Her name is Sherry, and she is doing a cross-stitch camp for the summer. It's summer cross-stitch camp, but it's virtual, so anyone can join in, and it's free. In June, you're supposed to stitch a holiday. So I'm actually probably going to stitch the July calendar crate because it's 4th of July themed. So I'm going to do that for the cross-stitch camp. And then in addition to that, I'm going to finish up June, of course. I'm hoping to have that done by this weekend. The next HeartFelt release comes out Friday, so I'm going to do that. And then I do have a couple more seed packets I'm going to try to get done this month. I'm going to try to do the tomato and the carrot. I'm going to work more on flea market baskets. In fact, I am going to, my husband and I are going to a car show next weekend in Kansas City, a British car show. We have a little MGB. And I'm going to take flea market baskets with me, and I'm just going to work on it the whole time I'm there. So I'm thinking I'll probably have probably 6 hours in on it, probably. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna focus on flea market baskets that weekend and get that done. And then after that, I'm gonna do another square for my linen, and I'm gonna do the next one for Prim, which is number 6 of 12. I don't think I showed that. Here, let me find that pattern real quick. Is that the right one? Yeah. I'm getting too many works in progress. But here. So I'm going to work on that. Home and Hearth. It's number 6 of 12. And obviously when I get that done, I'll be halfway done with that one. And that's a sew along or a stitch along that I'm doing just because I had the patterns and I'm going to do it. So, and it's going to be huge when it's done because I'm doing it on 14 count aida, and I think it called for 32 or 36 count linen maybe. So mine's going to be bigger, and it's going to be one piece. I have the border and everything done. I think I've shown that before. But I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to get it hung up once it is finished. And then, like I said, the July calendar crate. I'm going to do the 1988 Prairie Schooler Santa. Wow, as I'm rattling these off, I'm like, I thought I was going to take it easy, but maybe not. I don't know. And then the seed packets, the tomatoes and the carrots. So that wraps up June. And if you can see this, I don't think there's anything on there that anybody cares about. No. Yeah, so I kind of just map out, and I say anything in this light blue is cross stitch related. And so I'm just like, okay, from here to here, I'm working on this. From here to here, I'm working on that. And then it kind of does a couple things for me. If I'm really close at finishing a piece, then I just keep working on it and I get it done, right? If I'm not, then I put it to the side and I pick up the next project, because that way I don't get bored with it. And stitching on the different cloths, the different patterns, it keeps it more interesting for me, and it works for me. But I am thinking that July, I'm going to do my own twist on Christmas in July for myself. And so July, I am not going to do anything. I'm going to focus on getting what I have started finished. So I'm going to try to finish the flea market baskets in July if I don't get it done in June, which I doubt I will. And I'm going to try to finish HeartFelt, which it should be done in July. I want to get something, one of my whips, I want to get it completed in July. So it's either going to be, it's probably going to be flea market baskets, because I have quite a few to go on Prim. But I could do it. I could do 6. That's a lot. That's a lot to try to do in 1 month. 6 of those Prim motifs. But I'm going to choose, and leave a comment below and tell me what you think I should do. Should I do flea market baskets? Should I do Prim, or should I do the Little House Needleworks linen? The linen I'd have, after this month, I'll have 5 more to go. Prim, I'll have 5 more to go. No, 6 more to go. And flea market baskets, I'll probably just have the primrose blocks, the outer border on that one to go. So those are my 3 choices. One of those is going to be completed in July. And I'm just going to focus on it, and that's the only thing I'm going to do. Because I have my August calendar crate done. So that's why I'm thinking July is a perfect time, because I don't have a calendar crate that I need to get done for my board for the next month. Because I'm done for August. I don't have September, October, November, December, or January done, but but I have August. So that's fun. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is show a little bit of haul. I think I'm going to do this. This might, I'm not sure when they're starting it. We'll have to see. Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along for Hands on Design Season 2. So I ordered this pattern, and I love them. And I am going to do them as one piece. You can see all of them on the back here. She has a border on her, Hands on Design has a border on their website. And is that the right one? Yeah, this one. They have a border on their website so you can complete it in one piece. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to do one piece. Unless I find a little frame where I could just switch out the month. You know, so I could like put the little month on my mantle or something and switch it out every month. That'd be kind of fun too. So one of those 2 things is going to happen. Either it's going to be one piece in a bordered, or it's going to be in a little frame for each individual month. Okay, and I also ordered the So Happy because I really want to make this for my craft room. I also ordered Prim and Proper. I have the quilt pattern for this too. I don't have it made, but I have the pattern. I really, really, really like this. So I want this to happen. And these are like, I don't know, by the end of the year, maybe. And then Fat Quarter Shop, again, they get me in trouble all the time, is doing the Peppermint Lane. Oh, this is sealed. Didn't realize. Well, it's not anymore. Is doing the Peppermint Lane series, and there's 9 in the series. And I'll leave a link below so you can look this up. And I think I'm going to do this on a linen as well. The Peppermint Lane. Yeah. So that's going to be a stitch along. And then I got another Hands on Design. I want to make this so much. So I had to order this one. So that's my haul. I've been trying to be realistic with what I order for haul, but I probably got a little ambitious on all of those designs. Some of those are pretty big and pretty like full, not full coverage, but you know, there's not much blank space with some of those, but it'd be all right. I think that they'll be good. It'd be fun. And I love getting new patterns, and I love looking at them and thinking, okay, when am I going to work on this? So yeah, I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Nope, I don't think so. Quilting wise, if you're interested, I've been working on flea market baskets, which is this quilt. This is what it looks like, you know, all together. I have the center and all the little churn dashes and all the baskets. I have all of that done and together. And then I have 21, these are the primrose blocks. I have 21 of those done, and there's 40 of them. So I have 19 more of those to go. They take a little while because it's like snowballing all the little blocks pretty much. Well, it is because, yeah, it's snowball. So 3 corners are white and 1 corner is brown on all of those, on these little petals. So there's like 4 squares, and you snowball all of them, and then you sew them together into a cute little flower. So I have 21 done, I have 19 to go. And then once that's done, I can start assembling the primrose border and then put this outer border on it and be done with that quilt. That's the goal for June. I want that quilt finished by the end of June. Well, I say finished. I want that quilt top together by the end of June. Oh, and that was the other bummer. The weekend that I had my kidney stones, I was supposed to go quilt at my brother's. I have 22 quilt tops in my closet right now that need to be quilted. One of them is for a friend. The other one's for a friend. I think one might be for me. And the others are for the foster kid Easter basket drive that I support. So, you know, they don't need them until next Easter, so it's not like a rush deal on that. But the weekend that I had my kidney stone, I was supposed to go quilt. And I texted my brother the night before, and I was just like, you know, I just don't think it's going to be a good idea for me to even try to come down there this weekend because I was so tired and I was still in a lot of pain, and I'm so glad I didn't because Sunday morning I woke up and that's when I passed another kidney stone. So yeah, fun times. Kind of ruined my plans. So May just kind of fell apart on me. It was not a good time, but I did finish both of my spring classes. Very happy with the grades that I ended up with in those. I have one class this summer that starts next Monday on the 6th, and it's North American Indian culture. I'm pretty excited about that class. I'm hoping that it's going to go okay. It's an 8-week class, so, you know, it'll be fine. And then I have 2 classes this fall and 1 class next spring, and then my undergrad is completed. I've kind of decided that I am going to do a master's degree, and I haven't decided if I'm going to just pick that right up next fall, like fall 23, or if I'm going to give myself a year off. I'm probably going to go ahead and do it because I'm afraid if I give myself a year off, I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to go back. I'm going to be like, look at all this free time I have. It's amazing. And I don't want that to happen. It is a goal, and I do want a master's. So yeah, fun times. My husband also starts back to work on his undergrad next Monday. And my stepdaughter's taking a class this summer as well. So we are tigers through and through here. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in my world. I hope that you've had lots of time to stitch. I hope you've had more time than I have had to stitch and more motivation than I have had to stitch. And I'm hoping this month is better. But, you know, sometimes we're like that, and you just have to remember to be kind to yourself and give yourself a break and listen to your body and listen to just the universe. You know, there was a few home projects this last week that didn't get done because we were going to be spray painting and it was windy, and you can't spray paint when it's windy. So sometimes the universe and God knows that you just need a break. And so just be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And, you know, no matter what you're going through, just remember that someone out there is thinking about you, and you're not alone, and you're not the only one going through it. It's part of life, unfortunately. So just hang in there and find something that works for you for a good stress relief, and something that works for you to bring you joy. And whatever that is, I hope you find it, and I hope you enjoy it thoroughly. And hopefully it's not going to be 6 weeks until I see you again. But if it is, have a great 4th of July. If it isn't, I'll see you before then. So yeah, I'm going to try not to wait another 6 weeks before my next Flosstube, but I'll have things to show, hopefully. And I would love to hear what you're working on. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you're working on. You can follow me on Instagram. It's LauraB3677. I post mostly stitching and quilting and a few family things here and there thrown in, but not too much. I'd love to connect with you. I'm on several groups on Facebook too, so if you happen to see my name pop up, feel free to say, hey, I saw your Flosstube. That'd be great. And I will chat with you again soon. Bye.